appearance on Dion's Daily Dose does not imply endorsement from or by any candidate or guest. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Dion Bergeron or Dion's Daily Dose are his own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of any guest. Material and information presented is for general information purposes only. The Dion's Daily Dose name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owners, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service. If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dion's Daily Dose. How's everybody doing tonight? I got started a little bit later than I planned. Had to do a couple of behind the scenes things. Had to set up the interview that we got on February 14th for Steve Hollyfield. Check that out. But tonight, I got a series of videos for you. I hope you guys like it. First things first. So if you're not familiar with the Twitter files, you should really look it up. There's Twitter files, Facebook files. There's more and more. Well, now we have the Amazon files. And it turns out that our government has been extremely busy with censorship, all up and down the social media sphere, but also with what you and I have access to as far as books, etc. Jim Jordan recently released some interesting information that I think you will agree deserves to be looked at. He also calls it the Amazon files, feeling pressure from the White House. Internal documents subpoenaed by Judiciary, GOP, and weaponization indicate that Amazon bowed down to the Biden White House pressure to censor books. Never before released internal emails subpoenaed by Judiciary GOP reveal that the Biden White House pressured Amazon to censor books that expressed views the White House did not approve of. Quote, is the admin asking us to remove books? All right, so hi all, here are the notes for our pre-brief discussion with the White House today. Thank you. Book curation and guidelines, 101 top talking points to be made affirmatively. Is the admin asking us to remove books, or are they more concerned about search results / order, or both? Well, that's a good question. Andy Slavitt, the senior Biden White House official who demanded that Facebook censor a meme and true information, was pressuring Amazon at the same time. On March 2nd, 2021, Slavitt fired off an email demanding to know who he and his White House colleagues could talk to at the company about, quote, the high levels of propaganda and misinformation and disinformation of Amazon. Who can we talk to about the high levels of propaganda and misinformation and disinformation of Amazon? They're saying stuff we don't want them to. How did the Biden White House conclude that there was, quote, propaganda and misinformation in books sold in Amazon's bookstore? The White House ran keyword searches for controversial topics, such as the big bad V word, and emailed Amazon when it didn't like how the search results appeared. If you search for the V word under books, I see what comes up. I haven't looked beyond that, but if that's what's on the surface, it's concerning. Happy to get brief, but want to understand the data when we do. I'm roping in Robert as well. Thanks for your response. 5 minutes ago, I searched on Amazon and the attached book was one of the first in the stack. When I click on the product page, I don't see any CDC warning. Oh no. Initially, Amazon decided to hold off on, quote, doing a manual intervention to censor books. Why? Not out of any commitment to free speech, but because doing so would be, quote, too visible to the American public and likely to spur criticism from conservative media. Okay, a quick update. One, we will not be doing a manual intervention today. The team/PR feels very strongly that it is too visible and will further compound the hairy-sari narrative, which is getting the Fox News treatment today, apparently, and won't fix the long-term problem because of customer behavior associations. If we completely remove customer behavior associations, it will break the search. Two, I've asked the team to widen the searchlight flag for C19 CDC website redirect so that it comes to the top of the page on more search keys. They can hopefully implement that today, and you should be able to share a screenshot. Three, blank or tag teaming some reactive messaging for your policy response, etc. It won't be satisfactory. The WH will probably ask why we don't tag the content like FB Twitter do if we aren't taking it down. That is an option being explored, but that we don't want to disclose to avoid boxing in. The attached is the still in flux doc to review with blank on March 19th. Blank gave very direct guidance to the teams to be boring and not do anything that is visible and will draw more attention. It's okay. We're going to do it. We just don't want you to know we're doing it. Why was the Biden White House so upset with Amazon? Because Amazon believed, quote, retailers are different than social media communities, end quote, and provided their, quote, customers with access to a variety of viewpoints. For the Biden admin, letting Americans think for themselves was unacceptable. For Q1, this is not something we've had come up in the past and is taking the guidelines out of context. The line cited is referring to misleading metadata typos, image quality issues, etc., not the actual truthfulness of the theories described within the text of a book. With that in mind, a possible response would be, no, the line you're referring to is addressing publishing errors like typos, formatting issues, image quality, etc. You can review examples, blah, 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 blah. Guidelines address content illegal or infringing. For Q2, again, not something we've commented on before. I think we would avoid making a commitment on this now. Basically, we don't want to. As a retailer, we provide our customers with access to a variety of viewpoints, including books that some customers may find objectionable. All booksellers make decisions about what selection they choose to offer, and we do not take selection decisions lightly. Why don't you tag books that are not scientifically sound the way FB Twitter tags content? A week later, on March 9th, 2021, Amazon met with the White House. Internal Amazon documents reveal Amazon's, quote, top talking points, end quote, going into the meeting. One of the key questions was whether the Biden White House wanted books banned or just buried deep in the search results. Is the admin asking us to remove books, or are they more concerned about search results order? So, how did Amazon's meeting with the Biden White House go? On March 2nd, 2021, Amazon determined internally that it would, quote, not be doing a manual intervention today. The online bookstore set a meeting with senior Biden White House officials for March 9th. What was the purpose of the meeting? To see if the admin is asking us to remove books, or are they more concerned about the order? Why did they agree to take this meeting? Because they were feeling pressure from the White House. PP is feeling pressure from the White House task force on this issue as well. Pressure. After the White House spent a week berating Amazon, what did the online bookstore do? Starting March 9th, the same day as its meeting with the White House, Amazon enabled do not promote for books that express the view that V's don't work. And that wasn't all. Amazon also considered other ways to reduce the visibility of certain books that the Biden White House disliked. We anticipate BuzzFeed will run a negative story looking at these books for sale on Amazon. The story touches on many of the points we've seen raised over the last year, and I worked closely with CC's team for the points related to search, reviews, and personalization. Related to this topic, the books team has a meeting on 3/19 with, Mary, Sally, and Joe to take a closer look at books related to vaccine misinformation and debating additional steps Amazon might want to take to reduce the visibility of these titles. The book's content risk management team is still working on their docs for the 319 meeting, but I would be happy to share non-final draft if you're interested. Blank have been our close counterparts. It's the same one, right? That's right. Amazon caved to the pressure from the Biden White House to censor speech. Remember, Facebook files proves that Facebook also caved. Remember, the ones screaming about book bans are generally the ones banning books. Matter of fact, every single time. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen this over and over and over. How is it possible to have a realistic, open, and honest discussion when you are not allowed to speak freely? It's against the very foundation of our country. And the unifier, which is what this administration claimed they were, is going out of its way to ensure that Americans do not have access to content that they disagree with. Whether you agree, disagree, whether you believe the CDC, whether you don't, whether you think vaccines are bad, good, it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of opinion. We still live in America. We should have the right to look at, to discuss, to have a real, honest, open dialogue about whether things work or don't work. And unfortunately, we are seeing a very pro-censorship administration. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great night. I'll be back shortly with another video.
If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose. This has been Dion's Daily Dose, hosted by Dion Bergeron. Executive producers, Sean Holgram and Michael Beebe. Copyright 2024. Dion's Daily Dose, all rights reserved.